The Wi-Fi in my new house was terrible. I'm talking 1 bar of signal, and only if you stood in this exact corner of the upstairs hallway, holding your phone at a perfect 45-degree angle. It was in that spot, around 2 in the morning, that I first saw him, the static man. I was just trying to refresh my feed when a flicker at the far end of the dark corridor caught my eye. He was tall, shaped like a man, but made of glitching television static. No face, no features, just this human-shaped void of fizzling black and white noise. He didn't move. He just existed. A hole in reality, humming with the low, constant sound of a dead channel. I was so startled I dropped my phone. The clatter echoed down the hall. I flinched, looked down for just a second to grab it, and when I looked back up, he was gone. Of course, no one believed me. The next day, I called my best friend, Sam. I know I sounded crazy, but I had to tell someone. I told her he was right there, standing at the end of the hall. She just laughed. She said I was probably sleep-deprived, that it was just a weird shadow or my eyes playing tricks on me in the dark. But shadows don't get closer. The next night, I needed the internet again. I crept out into the hallway, my heart pounding in my chest. And there he was. Not at the far end anymore. Now, he was halfway down the hall. The hum was a little louder this time. I felt this strange coldness in the air, a drop in temperature that had nothing to do with the thermostat. I backed away slowly, my hands shaking, and locked my bedroom door. The night after that, I didn't even leave my room. I didn't have to. I could feel him. The cold was seeping under the door, and with it came a smell, like ozone after a lightning strike and old, burnt dust. I held my breath, listening. The humming was right outside. He was standing just on the other side of my door. I was too terrified to sleep. I stayed up all night, watching the doorknob, expecting it to turn. In the morning, he was gone. I knew I needed proof. That evening, I walked into the hallway, phone ready. I couldn't see him, but I could feel that cold spot, that residual energy. I snapped a few pictures of the empty space where he'd been standing. When I looked at them, my blood ran cold. The photos were all dark and blurry, but in the center of one of them was a distinct, human-shaped blur of digital noise. It was him, but that wasn't the scariest part. I checked the photos. Metadata. The file was corrupted, and the timestamp said it was taken a week before we even moved into the house. That night, I couldn't escape the feeling of being watched. I lay in bed, wide awake, trying to convince myself it was all in my head. Then, the hum started. Not from the hallway. It was in the room with me. I slowly, so slowly, turned my head. He was there, standing at the foot of my bed. His static form flickered and distorted the very air around him, making the edges of my furniture seem to warp and bend. He wasn't looking at me, though. His head was tilted, as if in curiosity, towards my phone, charging on the nightstand. Then, he began to move. He reached out a hand made of flickering, dissolving pixels. As his static fingers got closer to my phone, the screen suddenly lit up. It flashed with a chaotic, frantic light, glitching uncontrollably through apps and menus faster than the eye could follow. I tried to scream, but my throat was tight. I couldn't move a muscle, paralyzed by that low, endless, all-consuming hum. It was the sound of nothingness, the sound of being erased. In the midst of the chaos, his form suddenly solidified. For just a split second, the static cleared, and I saw a face. A man I didn't recognize, with a hintly, almost sad smile. Then, just as quickly, he dissolved back into a vortex of static. His form twisted, and the featureless head turned. For the first time, he looked directly at me. The hum rose instantly, growing from a low thrum to a deafening, brain-shattering roar. In that moment, a horrifying certainty washed over me. He wasn't here because of the bad Wi-Fi. He was using it, using our network to find his way out of whatever digital void he was trapped in. And my phone. My phone wasn't just a device, it was his door. The screen filled with violent, overwhelming static, The roar consumed everything, and then blackness, and a silence that was somehow even louder than the noise. Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe for more stories.